crisp chips sounds good right now. I'm hungry.
Don't. Oh my gosh, I am so hungry. Like, don't
I
remind
thought you
me.
ate just now already.
And your point is,
The point is you shouldn't be hungry, bro.
I'm always hungry. It's SIV. I'm just always hungry. It's not a matter. It's never a matter of can
You
I eat. No, it's never a matter of
Yeah.
can I eat more. It's whether or not I should eat.
When. There is this new trend on Instagram where they said like what intuitive eating. So you see like a lot of different girls like stop eating like midway or halfway and whatnot, and basically sometimes it's true, right? Like if you can't eat it, like don't eat it, but we continue eating because either it's like we are gluttons or the culture really is like don't waste food.
100%. I am the definitely like don't waste food. It's like but I don't want to waste food. We paid for it.
That's true. And I feel like the whenever I practice like, or whenever I actually do intuitive eating or like stop whenever I don't feel like it, when I don't feel like when I feel like I cannot eat anymore, like 1 hour after that I regretted not finishing it because then I get hungry after that.
No,
I don't know whether it's
stop.
a sign of me being a glutton or me just being a horrible person. No, but also I think it's because I'm not a big eater, but I get very hungry easily, number one, all the time. And two is I get tempted by food very easily. So if I see an Instagram, immediately I get cravings for it. Like, yeah. So which is
100%.
horrible, especially at night when you doom scroll.
I completely get like I think I'm the same. It's like if I don't look at food, if I don't see food, I won't like get hungry. But the second I look at it, suddenly I started thinking about food. It's like suddenly I start getting hungry. Like right now, I'm like literally hungry because we started talking about food. I was fine. I was fine.
What you ate for dinner just now?
Like rice and chicken and mushrooms.
Okay, like proper dinner, not like
Yeah.
not good dinner.
Like a normal dinner. But I really
a
do want
normal
McDonald's prosperity burger.
Ooh, are they out already?
Oh, don't know.
Damn. Fast.
I'm so hungry suddenly.
Can just grab.
No.
Hello, you live in SS.
No, I told you it's not a matter of I can or not. It's whether or not I should.
Well, if you eat, then you just gotta work it out.
I don't think it works that way. I don't know.
Calories in, calories out.
It's calories in, calories out. But I was planning to go to the gym anyway. So
technically, you need the fuel for tomorrow.
You're a horrible person.
If I can get anyone to join me,
just
food
like drag them down with you to hell.
Yeah, that's like if I were to build a cult, it would be about food. It wouldn't be about anything else, but it'll be like, yeah, let's have like a really good meal together. Like you deserve it, girl. Like we should. Yeah, we can work it out tomorrow. We can cut the calories out tomorrow.
My gosh! By the way, we've been recording for about 5 minutes now.
Okay.
So hello everybody.
Hey guys, how are you? Good day to whenever you're hearing this.
I think we're gonna use all of that. We'll see.
Okay. Then you want to restart?
We can just keep going.
Okay.
If you're fine with that.
I don't know. Up to you. I do not know what's a good
I don't know. We'll figure it.
A good start to a video, like because I nowadays I listen to Smosh like while I drive or like whatever. So like if Smosh, they only like the Reddit and then the one where they sit in a table of three and then they talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes they in the beginning they cut to like they just talk whatever first, right? And then they'd be like, "Hey, welcome," and then they introduce themselves. So that could be cool as well.
Yeah, I mean that works.
Maybe we should introduce ourselves just in case this is the first episode that people are listening.
We should probably do that because we're not as consistent as we should be. Hello everybody again. I am Fabian and this is
Hey guys, I'm Pearly, and we are your friends and co-hosts
Yes, of the
for
Outer
today's
Adult Inner
podcast.
Child podcast. Woo!
Woo! Celebrate.
Celebrate. Hopefully.
On Google Meet, there is a setting where if you do a certain emoji,
Yep.
they come out the background.
Uh, I know they
So
do
you
that
do
in
this,
WhatsApp as well. WhatsApp video.
and then they celebrate. There's fireworks on
Confetti
Google Meet.
fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh, possible here. You're on Discord for this case.
Yes.
But yeah, like I feel like every time we have these calls right now, because like we're both so busy at this point. Like whenever we have these calls, it's just us catching up. So we've been like before this, we've been talking for like over an hour, almost an hour, right?
Actually, over an hour.
Actually, over an hour already, and like
I
only
just
5 minutes of it
realized.
has been recorded.
Yeah. No, but it's very, very true. I'm not sure if the rest of you guys, adults, are feeling this way as well, where every day is go, 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 go. You guys have many different lives to live, many different responsibilities to do, to go to. Fabian and I also just caught up after like what, a month, 2 months.
Over a
I think
month.
about 2 months. Yeah,
It's been
over
two
a month. It
months.
was before I start
Yeah.
my new job, and then I said like, okay, we can plan, and then things happen, and we postpone, and then today, we are restarting our promise to each other again to catch up and actually do this properly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because the last time we recorded, you were just about to like start your new job, like
Yeah,
maybe like a week or two before that. So that would be about 2 months
6
ago
weeks.
now.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, 6 7
Shit,
weeks ago.
6 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, life happens. So just to let all of you guys know that if ever this happens to you guys are normal. All of us go through this.
Sometimes
I
I
guess this is what our adulthood is like, to catch up
yeah
with all the different balls that we juggle.
yeah. Sometimes I wonder if we are the normal ones or are we the outlier here. And I say that because like I have friends who are like the even more stereotypically normal jobs, I would call it, like your
Okay.
normal 9 to 5s, your go to the office, work in a bank, accountants and auditors and stuff like that, right?
Right?
Like they wake up in the morning, they go to the LRT, and then they go, and then they get down the LRT, and then they go to the computer,
Yep.
right? And then they go home, and then that's like their life. And I was talking to a friend about this as well. It's like to them, like work is work, life is life, kind of a thing, right? So
Right.
like whatever it happens at work, kind of just like stays at work completely,
Mm, mm,
and so their life begins outside of work. But I
right.
think like for us, maybe it's because like the path that we have chosen, uh, it's a little
Could
bit
be.
more like blurred lines, if you will.
Could be. I do not have a strict boundary between work and life, but
Mm.
also it's because I don't have a strict boundary between life and work, right?
Mm.
Um because I think the job that we have gives us a flexibility to live a life where we can do things that are important to us as long as we get our job done.
Yeah.
So if during lunchtime that we have to do something else, we are able to do that, right? Like go to the bank, or like meet like for myself, I'm doing my master's in
Yeah.
counseling. I use my lunchtime to like meet clients, because that's the time that my clients are able to meet me. But then that means I want to ganti balik. I want to make sure that I get my work done after. Then
Mm.
it bleeds into the night. So
Mm.
then I also don't have that strict boundary. And I think my work respects that flexibility and fluidity as well, which is a
Yeah.
blessing and might be a curse at the same time.
Honestly, I sometimes also feel like it's a curse yeah, it's a curse and a
Mm,
blessing kind of thing. Like it's nice to have the flexibility, but like I think it's always like a flexibly always working kind of mindset. I always call it. It's like
yeah,
your brain is always like, because it's so like merged together,
intertwined.
yeah,
Yeah,
intertwined
yeah,
already, that like whenever during your like normal life, you're also like a little bit thinking about work. because you do
Yeah,
your normal
exactly.
life stuff during work hours also.
Correct. Yeah. Like, I don't know about you, but my brain never switch off, right?
Yeah.
So even when I'm cooking, for example, I'll be thinking about like, oh, these are the stuff that I need to do. Or like, oh, I can do this tomorrow.
Mm.
Like new ideas pop up about work,
Yeah.
about the different things. Obviously not just about work, but it comes up and I don't stop it.
Yeah. I don't know how like people are able to compartmentalize like normal people with normal jobs, I always call it. Like how are they able
Yeah.
to compartmentalize like work is work, life is life, and be like, oh no, like outside of work I don't think about work. It just doesn't
Mm,
cross my mind or something like that. I was like,
mm.
I don't get it. Yeah. Uh
I think because also that it's out of necessity. Maybe
true.
because the at the end of the day, I still think that a job is a job, right?
Mm.
Like I think we are very blessed and privileged to be doing something that we enjoy,
Yep.
even though it crosses into our different parts of our lives. But others do it, not because they love it, because they have to do it, and that's how they are able to compartmentalize and put strong boundaries,
Mm.
which is not a wrong thing either.
No, no, no. I sometimes like definitely like envy that, but I also don't envy like how sometimes like soul sucking it can be to be an
Yeah.
accountant.
Maybe they just love maths so much.
Yeah, but accounting is not
They love
exactly
the
math, I don't
numbers.
think. Big numbers, I
No,
guess.
like you gotta match up. So yeah, but yeah, that's a pretty generic assumption of what accountants do. I'm sorry, guys. I am very, very sorry.
Yeah, no, they put numbers together and make sure numbers make sense, I guess. That's
Make
not
numbers make sense.
make numbers
Same,
yeah. But
same.
that's what I do as well, to be fair. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, what we're gonna talk about today, Fabian?
Yes. Well, I think just generally catching up. Like I said, right? Like I think for the past 2 months we have like haven't spoken to each other,
Yep.
right? So how are you? So I think let's just start with that, right? How are you doing, Pearly Swilling?
I am. I think you guys will be tired and bored of me saying the same thing. I'm tired, but I'm feeling very blessed.
Mm,
I'm feeling that I am on the right track of something. I think the feeling of the tiredness, it's not because I'm tired of life. There are some days where I feel like, oh my goodness, why did I choose this for myself?
right.
But most days it's like, okay, this feeling of tiredness, there is a deadline to it, and it's because I am hustling and working through things
Mm,
because there is a purpose and end goal to it. Uh, yeah, so that's where I'm at. Right.
mm. Sorry, I had a question. I completely forgot. Oh, right. I also wanted to ask, like, well, because you always say you're always tired, but like, how do you feel less tired then? Like, what do you gotta do?
No, I think I'm just physically tired. Like
Okay.
honestly, I'm just physically tired. Like I think emotionally and mentally, like there are days where I'm tired, but it's never like burnt out. It's never like
Mm,
this. I'm not dissociating or
mm,
running away from thoughts and emotions. But I think I'm just physically tired because I'm doing things nonstop. I am
mm,
still trying to be healthy. So then I still have to invest time in going to gym and
mm,
and I trying to okay, I haven't jogged in a long time, but I'm still going to gym. So
mm,
then that also is an investment of energy output, right? Yeah. So I think that's that. But in terms of emotionally and psychologically, whenever I feel shitty, honestly, I just cry.
oh,
I'm a crier. You know I'm a crier.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I'll just on like a sad Adele song and I'll just cry myself to sleep. And after a good night's sleep, I'll feel better the next day.
Aw. Doesn't
Yeah.
crying itself also just take up a lot of energy? Because I always hear people
Yeah,
say
it
that they
does.
start crying and it's just so very tiring to cry.
Yeah, it does. But I think for me it's because I do feel that it's a sense of relief
Release.
for me.
Okay.
That's number one. So it is a release. But two, it's like it does help me to sleep better. Like honestly,
You just
if
tire yourself out.
if you never try it, maybe if you can't sleep, anyone who can't sleep, go see a sad movie, cry it out, and maybe your body just shuts down,
It's like
because
having
also get your
insomnia.
puppy eyes. Yeah, having insomnia. Try crying.
Just try crying yourself to sleep.
No, because your eyes get so puffy
Uh-huh.
and you can't open your eyes anymore.
Uh-huh.
And then your nose is blocked. So you just want to like rest and close your eyes. Because sometimes then, I'm not sure if you guys get sinus allergies. What helps me to relieve my sinus is putting a like cold
Oh.
towel or hot towel. Cold or hot
Okay.
towel. I feel cold is a bit more it is more relieving than
Oh.
hot. Hot will help the sinus to go away,
Yeah.
but cold will help it to feel like for me. So sometimes I just cry and then put a cold towel and I just fall asleep.
Cute.
Might not be a great thing, guys, but if anyone struggles with sleep, maybe you guys can try this. Watch Lilo and Stitch. I cried like a lot when I watched Lilo and Stitch. I cried so much when I
I
watched
love Lilo and Stitch.
what how to get 1 million before
How to
grandma
make a million
dies.
grandmas. how to kill a million grandmas.
Movie.
Yes.
Did you
How
watch
to-
the movie?
I watched it like 2 or 3 times and I cried every time.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
How to
All
make
these, how to make millions, how to make a million before grandma dies or something like that.
how to make millions before grandma dies.
Yes, how to
Last
make
year
a
it
million
came
dying
out.
grandmas.
Yes. So
No,
if you guys
that's
need
so
some
sad.
movie suggestion.
I love that show. Like all these freaking Thai like producers and directors, when they're so good at just
They're so
playing with your
good. They're
emotions.
so good.
Yeah.
Even like the short advertisements, right? It's so good.
Yeah, I remember the scene. I think the scene that I cried so much was the near the end there. Like spoilers. I mean, spoilers, but like it's been out for a while now. Like if you haven't watched it,
It's
you're
been
not gonna
out a
watch it.
year.
Oh, it's been a year.
I mean, it came out in
Yeah, it's been a year. About yeah.
April 2024, so it's more than a year.
Yeah, more than a year. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, you're not gonna watch it. But please do watch it. I remember the ending there when he was like knocking on a coffin and all
Like-
that. Oh, I cried so much. I was like, no, just everywhere.
Yeah, I think that scene also made Hisham and Hafiz teared up.
Oh,
And then they said like punk ass kid.
okay, that's good.
Make us tear up.
Yeah, and then the one where like I think the grandma was walking with the son at that point, like going to the bank and all that, and then he realizes
Yeah.
like it's she's been like saving up money for him and all
For
that.
him, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna cry again. Anyway,
Why do you think you cried and resonated so much with that scene?
I mean, I still stay with my grandma now, so I'm still like taking care of her as much as I can, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I think also just thoughts about how, my grandma also took care of me growing up a lot as well, right?
Yeah.
So I think I definitely resonated with that, and I always not fantasize, but I always have this like thought of like, oh, once my grandma dies, what's gonna happen? When my grandma passes away, what's gonna happen? How would I feel, and how do I prepare for that eventual happening that's not too far off, right? So I always have this thought, and then I think watching the movie also just like, brings that back into perspective again, right?
Yeah. Do you feel that now as we get older, we feel the eventuality of life more so than ever? Sorry, this is like existential crisis.
This is not what we're supposed to talk about today, but yeah, no,
No,
happy.
we're not supposed
I love talking about death. Death is great. As a very beautiful man.
You sound too happy talking about death.
Oh, I love talking about death. As a very beautiful man on the internet likes to say, we all gotta eat and we all gotta die. So I like food and I like death. Alright.
Who said that?
The mythical kitchen chef Josh.
Josh?
Yeah, Josh
Okay.
from Mythical Kitchen. He's great. Love the guy.
I actually like that show.
I
Like
love the show so much.
I like how he actually asks questions. He's actually a
Mm.
very good interviewer.
He does so much research. I think his team does so much research for his like the what's called last meals.
Yeah, last
Yeah,
year's,
it's so
yeah.
good
I
actually.
I really like the questions
Mm.
that he asks. But
Yeah.
anyways,
But existentialism. No, I think that, death is just something that everyone has to go through, right? And it's interesting to think about how, um, like in every single culture, like everybody has this is joined by this similar fear or similar curiosity about death. Like even like when it
mm,
comes to like religion, and when it comes to just like philosophy and everything like that, it's all just surrounding the concept of like we are eventually gonna die. So how do we deal with that? Right? Are
yeah,
we supposed to be scared about it? Are we not supposed to be scared about it? Is there an afterlife? Should we even care about the afterlife?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is such a huge rabbit hole of things that like I constantly think about.
So what have you thought about and what answers have you gotten from your thoughts?
Oh, death is coming whether we like it or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I always err on the side of less like, um, what do we want to leave the earth with, and I always err on the side of like we want to leave the place, leave a place better than we found it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
for me, like death is always gonna be there. Like I'm not like personally like super like afraid of death or anything like that.
Mm,
I
mm.
don't welcome it, obviously, but
Come at me, bro.
come at me, bro. My time is coming. I'm done with this. If it comes, it comes, right? I was like, oh, whatever,
Yeah,
all right. Um,
yeah.
like, yeah, but I always err on the side of like, yeah, no. While I still have time over here, I believe that I have a purpose to. And as long as I'm still here and as long as I'm breathing, I believe I'm breathing for a
Yeah,
reason, and that reason
yeah.
is to always leave a place better than I found it.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I think that's just that, right? That's like the bare minimum that I can do when it comes to death.
Was was the reason like the reason that you now hold on to,
Mm.
was that something that you knew from the very beginning, or was it something that you've recently developed, or like how it came about? Because to get to that point of like, hey, I want to live a life where I serve my purpose, and I
Right.
think my purpose, I do not know what exactly is my purpose, right? It's not particularly a job, or it's not a particularly
Mm.
like a calling, but then the greater purpose that I see is to leave the place better, kinder than how I found it, right?
Mm.
So did how did you come to this point of believing that that's the purpose that you're serving?
Wow. uh, wow, that's a. No, I mean it's a long story to be fair. Um, I think
We
we
got
might
the
have.
whole night.
Yeah, it might be something that we talked about before as well. Um, but I think yeah, growing up, I think that is just something that I've always struggled with, right? This concept of
Mm,
purpose. At a very young age as well, I was like I always wondered, and it was like my personal like very dark period of my life as well, where it's like why am I even
mm,
here at a very young age? Why do I have to go to school, for example? But not just like
yeah,
because I don't want to go to school. It's like I find no reason to, right?
yeah,
And it came to a point of like basically saying why do I have to wake up in the morning? Why do I have to go see people? Like if
yeah.
all they are gonna do is just be disappointed in me, essentially, right?
Mm,
So why am I just a burden to other people? And this then yeah, that's where like this darker period of my life kind of came in.
yeah,
Um, I think for me, what got me out of it is also the reason why I'm kind of continuing on, right?
yeah,
Which is, I think for me it was my faith in a way. So
yeah,
I'm a Christian. I try to, you know, live my life accordingly as much as I can and try to
yeah,
push for that as much as I can. Um,
yeah,
but also because of these dark times, I pursued psychology, right?
yeah,
And my quote unquote motto on purpose has always been, um, I don't want other people to go through what I had to go through, at least not alone,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You know, we can't stop things from happening to us. It's always going to be
Yep.
how we respond to them. I always say.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
So I think it's mainly coming from that kind of mentality. So like these kind of things happen to me a little bit, and I think for better or for worse, a blessing or a curse kind of a thing, right? Like these
Yeah.
things happen to me, it gave me that drive, it gave me that purpose to then try to make the world a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just mainly that. How did it link to death in a way? This is somewhat controversial because I just talked about Christianity a little bit and like how I try my best to live that life. But there is so I also study a lot into like philosophy as much as I can
Yeah.
because I'm just very interested in a way, and I think that
Yeah.
personally helped me a lot. But there's
Yeah.
always controversy between like philosophy and Christianity for some unknown reason, just history, I guess.
I think because a lot of people can't I can't I do not know what's the word, can't
Draw boundaries in a way.
no, like how sometimes and a lot of times where people of faith are against people of science, right?
Mm.
And for me, I believe that science is a testimony, is an evidence of what faith can be,
Yeah.
right? Like, so same thing with philosophy, because there are so many questions, and it's hard, and there's never an answer, right? It's just different perspectives and all of that. And same thing with faith as well, because faith, there's no right answer as well. And I see so much similarities, but I feel like maybe the perspective that they take is very different. So people cannot people of philosophical people and maybe people of faith can't reconcile with that different dimensions of perspective. But it's like it's like two sides of the same coin, right? Kind of situation. But anyways, going back to you, like your philosophy, like your love for philosophy.
The reading into old white people, essentially. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
that's what it is, right? Like to a large extent, like how like old white people live their life and ask questions last time, and particularly on like stoicism a little bit. And there's always like lowercase stoicism or something like that. But I personally do believe it is just like a big part of stoicism is you can't control what happens to you. You can control how you respond to it.
Yeah.
Right? How
Exactly.
do you live? How do you deal with anger? How do you deal with death? And that's like a very big concept in stoicism as well. And then you can draw parallels to that with your whatever. Honestly, with any religion, to be fair, like I think every kind of religion teaches more or less the same values and morals, and so to me, what that kind of gave me the conclusion of was, the whole purpose of you being on Earth is to just leave the place better than you found it, right? Is to just make the world a better place as you kind of live your life over here, right?
Yeah.
You just don't go like similarly as you kind of live your life on a like going through your daily life. You're not gonna throw litter everywhere, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? You're not gonna leave a place dirtier than you found it. So as to make your own country or your own little city a better place, you wanna keep your road clean, for example.
Yeah.
So very similarly, you just leave every place you find or every place you are in better than you found it.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. And sometimes people can't see, and I think a lot of not people can't see. I think many might struggle with like, why do I have to do that, right? It's such a big task. It's such a big ask of me. And some people might feel like, what's the function? What's the function of doing that? What's the utilitarian part
Right?
of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if anyone, that maybe that your answer that you provided just now could be a little bit more philosophical, a little bit more like
I mean-
like ooh la la, I would say that if the other way to think about this is like, this is what keeps society going, right? So if you don't behave and wanting to pursue good behaviors, which is technically what you're doing, right? You want to live you want to make sure that the life that you live is helping the place to be better,
Yep.
other people to feel better, kinder.
Mm.
It's also inherently helping the society to be a better
Mm.
society, right? So you are a part and parcel of a society, a member of the society. You are helping the society to move forward
Mm.
in civilization, in
Yeah.
growth, and then that eventually will then help the city to be more peaceful. The city more peaceful, more stable. People will invest, and then
Yeah.
economically, that it can help to grow
Yeah, I think
as well.
it's a very big like human nature thing as well, right? Where like we
Yeah.
just want to be part of a bigger thing,
Yeah.
right? And again, like something that we always talk about, like in like it that Stoicism kind of talks about is like everybody has a role, everybody has a job, kind of a thing. It's just a
Yep.
part of like doing your role and doing your job,
Yep.
whatever your job may be, right? Not your physical, your actual career, but like your job could be you're a parent, so
Yep.
be a parent as good as you
As you
can
can
be,
be.
right?
Yeah. Exactly.
If you're a friend, be the best friend that you can ever be. If you are a
Yeah.
partner, be the best partner you can ever be, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, like I think everyone wants to be a part of a bigger thing. So like this
Yeah.
whole societal, um, I guess, benefit
Yeah.
to be able to just move society forward, to be able to move your world around you
Yeah.
forward as well, right? There's also the
Yeah.
other part, I think, for me as well. Is like I obviously want my kids in the future and my the people, you know, after me to also have a better
Yeah.
life as well, right? I want to build a
Yep.
life that they can thrive in and they can
Enjoy.
they can enjoy. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
that
I.
those two things generally give me a lot of purpose. Is to
Mm.
just be a part of something bigger. I think it's a very sad existence to only think about yourself. I feel like after a while it just gets kind of boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also personally believe that we are not made to be a single individual
No, we're
fighting
not.
for
Yeah.
ourselves, striving just for ourselves.
Mm.
I think it's a very human nature to crave connection and companionship and
Yeah.
family. We are biologically wired to do so. Even if it's not
Mm.
your biological child, right? Some people just don't have the natural instinct to actually want to be parents, and
Yeah.
that's okay. But then a lot of people find joy in being aunties and
Mm.
uncles and
Yeah.
daughters and sons
Yeah. It doesn't
to be
have to be like family. Just even just like
yeah,
becoming a better
friends.
friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just being a part of something bigger, if you will, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think everyone, especially right now in this, sorry, my throat's a bit, but especially right now in this like world where everyone is so much so craving for like community
You're right.
that you can see even like small things like certain companies or like marketing is like very very like targeted towards or building a community.
Yeah, but I think but that is a result of individualism rising in the past decade. I think society have become very individualistic
Mm.
in the past, I do not know how many years,
Mm.
and
Mm.
maybe there's research out there about it. But like we need to be the best. We need to beat other people. We need to
Mm.
get rich. We need to get rich
Oh yeah, yeah, I
faster.
think like
We
there's
need
this
to
whole
protect ourselves.
capitalism above all these companies, right? Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So then with social media as well, right? Like that has enhanced the individualistic um portion of like character
Mm.
in people. But then because of that, then there are detriments towards it, right? There are bad consequences. So then to provide a solution to that problem, then that's where we go back to the real core of like, hey, actually the community is the answer.
Yeah.
The third place is the answer, right?
I
Yeah.
wonder if it is individualism or there's also this sense of like FOMO that comes with it, right? And I think where like I'm coming at with this whole like community thing that's becoming so popular, it's like run clubs have become like such a big thing.
Yeah,
Um,
everyone.
yeah, everyone wants to be a part of a club, essentially.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like sportswear and all these kind of things. It's no longer just about like uh it's no longer just about how good of a quality the sportswear is. It is just
Yeah.
about the branding. It's about the fashion.
Yeah.
It's about just being
Yeah.
a part of the Lululemon club, a part of the ALO
Yeah.
club.
In my head, I thought of the same
Oh,
thing, right? Like,
100%, right?
yeah.
It's like all these people that are like buying Lululemons and stuff like that, right? Unless you're like, a proper, like a real like athlete kind of thing, and you really need like the super good quality things, and it helps you like do better. Like, why would you spend so much money for something so good quality if you're only gonna go to the gym like once a week, or
Yeah.
going to like a few like gatherings kind of thing as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, two sides to the coin. I think these brands are amazing at marketing.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
That FOMO, that ability to capture audiences and capture the essence of branding, right? Like, but us as consumers as well, that feeling of FOMO is real.
No, yeah. It has come to a point where some people are like, oh, I need the Lululemon
Yeah.
thing in order to go to Pilates.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, in order to
I
go to Pilates, I
feel that
have to
too.
look a certain way, which is like, you
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, I hopefully, anyone who's listened to this, right? Like, if you want to and you can afford it, good for you.
Yeah,
Do it.
do it,
Love
yeah.
it for you because it looks nice. Honestly,
Oh, yeah, it
it
looks
it
great.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
But if those of you who might not be financially capable, or if you're doing it just because you feel like you have to do it to fit in, and sometimes I feel that too.
Yeah.
I feel that I don't dress up a certain way, I don't look a certain way, I don't feel like I'm part of something.
Yeah, that I cannot do the
um,
thing.
yeah, that I cannot do that thing. I think that is a valid feeling, but hopefully that does not um, be the only um, decision making factor that you think about.
Yeah.
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 I think, like, talking about health and things like that, like you said, just trying to be healthier as well. Like, I hear that a lot, but then they're like, oh, I have to buy, like, again, like, I have to buy certain equipment in order to
Yeah.
like go for all these gym classes. Like, no, you don't. You just need
Yeah.
shorts and a t-shirt, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I
Yeah.
think there's this a lot of, yeah, it's all these kind of things, I guess. Like it's like unnecessary blockers that sometimes we put in front of us. Like, some people call it excuses. I don't know if it's fully excuses or really just like, you know, you just feel like you really really need it for whatever reason, because capitalism and marketing, maybe, I don't know.
That's real, man.
It's so
I
real, so
think
real.
I think like my own personal experience to it is um one, it could be a negotiating avoiding factor. So for example, like, oh, because I have flat feet, I roll my ankle a lot,
Yeah.
and you make fun of me also. Like sometimes I walk a bit inside. I walk like a duck a little bit. My
Oh,
dad
yeah,
calls
yeah.
me like a little. So obviously, then I cannot just get any shoes, right? I need to get proper shoes. And then if like I want to go for a run, if I just wear like I have like a basic Nike shoes, and I bought it online just because it was on sale. Like it was a utilitarian like decision making. Like I
Right.
just need a shoe, and it was used for like some other thing, right? Like, but then once I start running, it gives me pain running, and then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I need to get a better shoe. But if not that, I don't want to join like the 10 kilometer run and all of that. So there is that part of like the reasoning and like the avoiding and pushing back the harder challenge of actually doing the running and the jogging. But I think with that, the second portion to it, if like you are actually doing it consistently, then it's worth it to invest
Invest a bit
in
more. Yeah.
expensive thing. Yeah, because you want to take care of your body, right, for the long run.
I think in general
Yeah.
that's a very that's a very valid reason to like buy like good things, right? Good quality things.
Yeah.
Because like those cheap quality things, like, it's hurting you.
Doesn't last long.
It
It's
doesn't
hurting
last
you.
long. It's literally
You end up
hurting you, kind of a
spending more
thing.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You end up spending more money on physio. By the way,
Yep.
guys, like, she walks like this. This girl will walk like that. basically.
Hey, not that bad, okay?
I can't hear you. Wait, I need to like unblur my background a bit. Alright. It's like this. Basically like that.
No, it's not as bad, but yeah, but it's pretty horrible, guys. I hate how I walk. Obviously, that's something that I am working on my body image as well. But good news to you, Fabian. I'm telling you this. I have started to not drag my feet a lot. You know what happened?
What happened?
I went to KLCC the other day. Hisham brought me to Aquaria for my birthday.
Aw, cute.
So, from the walk from KLCC to Aquaria, there's a long, like the tunnel, right? And obviously, because it's a tunnel, you get to hear everything. And I swear to God, I got so annoyed by somebody else who was wearing slipper and they were dragging their feet. I got so freaking annoyed and I was like, what sound is that? And I noticed it was someone dragging their feet. And I turned to Hisham and was like, now I know why you get so angry. And I dragged my feet. And obviously, either we were late or like people were walking very slow. So obviously we overtake people. And we were at the end of the tunnel and the girl that was dragging her feet is like far behind, at least like 500 meters behind, like way behind.
That's far.
And I could still hear her. And I was like, damn it, like, am I that loud and that annoying?
Is it because like it's like a tunnel, right? Is it?
Yeah. So I think that's
so
why.
it just echoes everywhere.
And also because you know how the law of attraction, right? Like your brain, like once you focus on something, your
like
brain
a
tunes
confirmation
it to
bias
it.
almost, yeah.
Yeah, correct. So my brain is already tuned into the sound. So even though at the end I still could hear it because I'm tuned in to the sound. And I was like, damn it, I hate it, and I got so freaking annoyed. And now every time where I wear sleepers, I'm like,
I have to
okay,
lift my legs.
I gotta lift my legs properly. I gotta walk like a proper person.
Don't
and
don't
now
worry.
I-
I also make fun of Ivy, because Ivy also has flat foot, like flat
Yeah.
feet. So she also
Yeah.
walks like a penguin, and
Penguin.
and I always make fun of her for that.
Penguins and ducks unite, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
why I won't push her to like run because it's painful, to be fair.
It is painful, but if you get the correct shoes and you practice, and obviously physio, right? Because what I've learned is we run like this or we walk like this is because we are trying to balance more, right? But then when you try to balance more, the muscle that is helping the IT band on the outside is supporting inside, outside, like supporting it. So hence, if you
Your
don't
leg is
take care of
curving in,
it,
so-
you don't take care of it, you don't physio, you don't like foam roll it, then it becomes more tense, right? Because it supports your body weight and all of that, then it becomes worse. But anyways,
But anyway,
yes.
By the way, walking like that hurt my knees already. my
Shut
knees
up.
hurt.
Shut up.
No, that's me. My knees hurt. Like I'm
Yeah.
old. I have problems.
You're old. You have problems.
I have
You're
problems.
physio. You have physio and chiro appointments that you need to go to.
Yeah, I haven't been to physio in a long time. I've just decided that I have spent too much money on it, and I'm just gonna say, fuck it, I'll figure it out myself.
No, but do you practice after you go to physio?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a lot. Like honestly, my issue is I honestly think it's like a lot bigger than I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's
You
a.
are the problem.
No, I'm pretty sure there's a tear in my hip.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I've spoken to a lot of people already, and they're like, actually, like flexibility is not a problem anymore. Like, sure, there's a little
Okay.
bit of tightness, but we've released the tightness. We've done a lot of strengthening. Like, strength-wise is pretty
Right.
okay already. Like,
Okay.
but if I were to try to do the movements again, like, because the
Yeah.
reason why I was having pain is because I did Muay Thai, right? And there's a lot of
Yeah.
twisting, a lot of kicking.
Yeah.
If I try to do the movement again, after all, it hurts. It comes back very quickly, and it's been like a
Yeah.
year plus, almost 2 years already at this point. If it's gonna
You better-
heal, it's gonna heal. But
No, I think you better check it out because when we went to the physio last Monday, the physio Bridget was telling different stories, right? So one of her clients
right.
tore his ACL maybe, but because he was a fit person, right? So, and maybe his pain tolerance is much higher. So it's like, yeah, it feels weird, it feels uncomfortable. There is some pain in certain movements, but I can still do whatever I need to do,
Yeah.
right? But actually, there was an ACL tear, and if you don't take care of it, then it might get worse, right? But because you have developed all the other muscles to support you, you are stronger. Then you can still function daily, but there could be that tear that you should still take care of because it might affect you in the future.
Yeah, I think for my case, like most of the physios are saying, like it probably will affect you like once you get very very old.
Yeah,
Then,
but you don't want, to get till then.
yeah, because it doesn't hurt. Like to be fair, like my day to day does not hurt. It's
I
only
know,
if I
but
try
because
to do that. Yeah.
yeah, but because you stopped doing it, right? But you like the
Yeah.
sports.
I don't know. I think I'll stop. I don't know.
But you
Maybe
like the sports.
it's time for me to retire.
Okay. But why don't like does your company cover insurance cover
Oops. Sorry.
like annual health checkup or something?
Hold on, I'm just looking at my recording thing for a second. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't think it does. Oh,
I mean, just go double check with your HR so then at
I
least
don't think so. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. At least I do not read. But my HR, my company, does provide psychiatric compensation, like psychiatric allowance. Like if you want to buy medication for like medication for mental health stuff.
I don't think you need Ritalin. I think you have
I
things
want to
in
try.
control.
I want to try. I want to see if it would help. Because, okay, so this is a story, by the way. I remember, like, before we talked about this,
Sorry.
I wanted to tell a
Okay.
story of, like, my ADHD a little bit.
Okay.
Because normally when these kind of things happen, I don't really notice, and at least I don't really remember. But now that I've told
By
this
the
story,
way, guys, like Fabian actually went for a proper assessment, and the assessment did say that he has ADHD. So
I refuse to believe
technically,
it. But yes.
so technically, adult ADHD is not like diagnosable, not like I give you a diagnosis, right? But based on collection of past experiences that the proper psychologist actually goes through with the assessment, they would tell you that you do have symptoms of ADHD. You might need or no need to take medications for it. But some people do to try out to see whether it does help them to focus a little bit more, function a little bit more. So some people, for example, take only like during the daytime because then it helps them to focus at work for a certain hour period of time. Then they don't also then
Like, they
expect
actually get the job
depend
done.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get
Oh,
the
yeah,
job
yeah,
done.
yeah.
They don't depend on it. Yeah. But then also with that, they do lifestyle modification, right? So they don't drink like caffeine because caffeine makes them even more jittery and like lack of focus.
We're talking about self-medication is great.
You are so annoying, but yes.
Sorry.
So that's like the preamp of what Fabian's story
Yeah,
is. So
yeah.
go back to the
Yeah, and I
story.
guess a little bit of context for the diagnosis as well. Right? I went for it because, like, I think for the longest time I always thought that I've been showing a lot of symptoms for it and things like that. But I also completely understand that ADHD is one of those things, and the reason why you're saying that as well, right, is because ADHD is probably one of the most misdiagnosed mental health disorders
Right,
in a way.
exactly.
Because the symptoms are so seemingly normal. In especially right now, right, with like the very like TikTok, Instagram reel
Social media.
generation and things like that. Everyone is constantly distracted all the time.
iPad kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was already about to go to a different tangent, but yes, let me come back to this. So the story, yes, the story. So recently, my girlfriend and I and like two other couples, we went to Vietnam, right? Just for a holiday and things like that. It was a very wet experience because it was a rainy season.
Yep.
And okay. So the story
Yep.
is.
Story is the
I see your
storyline
face. I
is-
see your face, and you're like, what? The story is, so basically, one of the days when we were trying to get ready to go out, and as Ivy, my girlfriend, was getting ready, and she was getting ready. I was getting ready as well, and I was almost done already. I
Okay.
changed and all that already, and I went to put on my shoes. right? So I put on one sock, and then I turned my head, and I think I got a notification on my phone. But I turned my head, and I saw something in the toilet. So I put on one sock. I was like, oh, there's something in the toilet. So I go and like move stuff around the toilet, kind of thing. This shouldn't be like on a table. Like I know if I do this, Ivy will be probably not be very happy about it, and it's very messy. Let's put it away. Good boyfriend things, right? I put it away, make things clean and things, and I put it away. Okay, great. As I come out, I saw something else. Like my clothes are still on the bed. I was like, oh shit, I should probably go and like do that as well. So I fold my clothes and I put it away, and I fold it nicely, and like I have to make sure I fold it nicely, and then I put it like in a different bag because it's like a dirty clothes and things like that. I was like, okay, cool. Oh, this other thing is also messy. So I started like doing a bunch of things. Right? I started doing a bunch of stuff. Meanwhile, one sock is still on my foot. The other sock is in my pocket now.
Okay.
And then I started like hating myself a little bit. Like suddenly, like I was like, oh, why am I like this? Okay, fine. I tried to put on the other sock, and then I realized actually, I wasn't even planning to wear shoes that day because my shoes are still wet from the day before.
Okay.
So I was like,
so the socks was like accessories.
No, so I was like, why am I wearing socks? Why am I even trying to wear socks? I'm supposed to be wearing slippers today. So basically, that's that, right? Like that whole entire process, and Ivy saw the whole entire thing happen. Basically, me like walking around the room, like literally going.
Yeah.
Sometimes like this.
Yeah. Like NPC, just like.
Like start action, cancel action, start action, cancel action, start action, do this one, put away, then there's this other action.
Yeah.
It's just constantly like that. So that has happened a lot, and that's I think like a prime example of ADHD in a way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm more interested in the fact that just now you not subtly mentioned that you judge yourself.
Oh,
like
100%. Yeah, I judge myself. Why am I like this? Because this happens a lot.
Why?
Right? It's just very inefficient, right? I think it's a very, and this comes with I think a lot of people with ADHD as well, right? You associate your ADHD with a lot of shame in your life, right? Because I think as you grow up, you're not very focused, and because of that, in school, for example, you're not going to do very well in your exams. And I think the way that you grew up with is that people are always going to say that you're not good enough, you don't focus enough, you're not trying hard enough, and there's always this phrase of you have so much potential. And potential is like it's like a curse, right? Essentially, the curse of potential is that someone will always say you have so much potential, but it's a waste.
Man, that's sad. I'm sorry that you had to go through that shit, and you have that voice judging you.
Yeah, I say it very like as a matter of fact, or it's very normally kind of a thing, but like I think it's just something
because it became a norm.
Yeah, it became
but it's
a norm.
not. But it's not a good thing, or it didn't come from a positive experience.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's definitely not like a positive experience, right? But I think it does come from. Yeah, I think like I should be better. I should be a lot more focused, and I think that's what I've always tried to like work on, right? So even recently as well, like I've started doing therapy as well, or going for therapy, not doing therapy, going for therapy. And I realized I don't know if it's because of like my new workplace or like just different like new stresses in life and things like that.
Yeah.
I've become even more like all over the place, even in the way that I talk during therapy as well. And then even my therapist was like, have you considered medication?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if a professional suggests that to you, then that's something that you might want to consider. Yeah.
But definitely like me going for my diagnosis in the past as well. Like I think for like I didn't want my diagnosis to come back true. Like just like to be frank, right? It's like I want to do it so I can check it off. And if it's not that, I'm very happy. If it is that, at least I'll know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So I spent like a chunk of money. I did that. And then I got my ADHD diagnosis to be true, and also a buy one free one bonus pseudo diagnosis in a way that the person gave me for OCD as well. So the reason
obsessive compulsive
the reason they gave me that, and I think it's more of a seasonal thing during that season. That's why it's not like a proper diagnosis, right? But during that time, like I tried to I have this tendency to overcorrect myself a lot. So because of my lack of organization, because of the lack of how like I do things, I force myself to have like a very specific set of
Right,
routines
right,
that if I
right,
do not follow this routine, the whole entire day feels off.
right,
Right.
right.
So
Okay,
if I do
okay.
certain types of tasks, have to be in certain types of rooms. If I do math, for example, I have to listen to a certain type of music.
Songs, yeah.
Every morning, if I drive, I have to listen to a certain podcast, that kind of thing, to like get me
Okay,
in the zone. If I don't do
okay,
all these things for these different types of tasks, I will
okay.
feel very, very off.
Off.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like a compulsive behavior per se, but because it was a routine that you set up to be better at what you do
Yeah.
because of your ADHD, it became a necessity. And if you don't do it, then it feels off. Then
Yeah.
it became more compulsive
Yeah,
with
and
time.
I think it came to like not. I think saying I feel off is like a very minimizing kind of feeling, right? Because
Mm,
I then tend to like go into like I then tend to spiral a little bit. Like ruminate is like,
mm,
oh, I don't do this, I'm gonna be very messy. I'm not gonna be able to get my job done properly. Da, da, da,
mm,
da, 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 da,
mm,
and boom, right?
mm,
But yeah, so that was a period of time where I'm like, I have to like lock in.
mm,
I have to do things in
mm,
a very specific way, else I will fail.
mm. Do you still have that now?
Uh, no, not as much. Not as much,
Okay.
definitely. But sometimes I feel like maybe that was a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. I also not sure. Like,
I mean, I guess it functioned. It gave it was functional
yeah,
for you. Like you made it functional for
yeah,
you because you just have to.
yeah. But generally speaking, it's probably not a healthy thing.
Healthy.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
works, but it's just probably not healthy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Another follow up question, like that judgment towards yourself, right? So
Mm,
how can you still be better? I mean, because now you're striving to be better anyways, really. You're on that road to be a better man, practicing self-control and stoicism and all of that, right? Um, how can you continue to do that without the judgment onto yourself?
hmm.
Because that judgment is actually, it the function of that judgment is to help you to remind you, right? Like
Yeah,
I cannot be as messy, I cannot be as disorganized, I need to be more efficient,
yep.
I need to do better. But you're already doing that anyways. Why do you still have the judgment, right? So instead of
Mm,
why, then like my question to you is like, how can you go without that judgment and
mm,
still work towards to be a better, efficient person in life?
hmm. Yeah. Let me think. I think for me, um, I think for the longest time at least, I believed the
Mm,
judgment was a good thing. Although
mm,
scary, but necessary, right? Although like
yep,
painful but necessary kind of a thing, right? And I
yep.
don't know if this is like the the macho man kind of
The
mentality that some
Asian in
people,
you.
the Asian in me, or like the typical like macho man kind of thing, right? It's like
Yeah,
no pain, no gain kind of thing. It's like, oh, the pain is
yeah,
part of it. Um,
right.
like I still definitely do believe like I you have to do the uncomfortable thing or the difficult thing to just be better, which is why
Mm,
I am very judgmental towards myself, right? Um, but I think something that I personally like took away from therapy as well, right, is that as much as there is judgment and as much as it's not exactly wrong, what the judgment voice is saying, but it's also
yeah.
not always going to be helpful. Like just because it's right
Mm,
doesn't just because it's right doesn't mean it's helpful, kind of a thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of just giving yourself a lot of grace, like seeing where you've come so far,
Yeah.
and sometimes a less judgmental voice can be much more helpful than a very
Mm,
judgmental voice, right? They're
yeah.
not exactly wrong. They're both right.
Yeah.
So maybe just
Yep.
one is slightly better than the other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't expect this to be. You just defaulted into becoming like therapy mode.
Well, I'm just curious, right? Like I like to prompt people and ask
Yeah,
those
yeah.
kind of questions. How you answer that, I think is very similar to how I asked Hisham as well, and that was his answer.
Mm,
Like for him, he like certain things he does, and then he just say like why are you like a weak ass bitch? And then I
Yeah.
was like, don't say that to yourself. And then he's like, that's just how my inner voice talks to me, and that's how I just get better, right?
Yeah.
Like I just like wake up and all of
Sometimes
that.
it's very effective. No, not gonna, especially for men. I think
Yeah.
it's just a very effective thing. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing. I
don't be a
noticed
little
that more
bitch.
in men.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. I noticed that more, and also maybe it's because that's why we hang out, right? Because
Yeah.
like you, Hafiz, Hisham, thinks the same, right? So and that's
Just unga
the
bunga,
worst.
man, unga bunga caveman brain.
You should impose like the photo of you and Hisham just do it. Like, you remember that photo of me
I need to
jogging?
find that picture. It's
Yeah.
really just unga bunga
Um,
caveman brain.
yeah. But then something that he mentioned to me before, like even though he says that towards himself, he doesn't think himself. He doesn't think about of himself like beneath that, right? Like he doesn't actually believe that he's a horrible person. He
Right.
doesn't
Yeah.
believe that he's a weak ass bitch. But he just uses that to be like to motivate himself.
Yeah.
But then he said that when I put judgment towards myself, I actually believe it. I'm actually harsher towards myself, even though my harsh is not like, why are you weak ass bitch?
Yeah.
But it could be like, oh, like Pearly, like for example, I think I struggle a lot with like body image, right? Like now I'm trying to get healthier. It's like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Which is actually more detrimental because I truly believe that I can't do it, and I believe that judgment onto myself, even though I don't say it harshly towards myself. Does that make sense?
No, I think yeah, it's like saying it like I think like you said, right, like you can even like not exactly say it, but
Yeah.
there's this like inner voice. They kind of just wins your mental over kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Like sometimes that
yeah.
the little demon inside of you just wins. And
Yeah,
like
exactly.
even maybe even for Hisham's case as well, like sometimes that voice does win over the mental, right? And he
Yeah.
does feel shitty because and he
Yeah.
does believe the voice sometimes, but maybe most times he doesn't, right?
Yeah.
And I think some people just loses that fight more than others in a way.
Yeah.
For different kind of battles, if you will. Like I think for me, for example, it's like, yeah, when it comes to like more physical stuff like that, sometimes I don't exactly feel like I'm actually a weak ass bitch. But in the gym, I'm like, I can do this, don't be a little bitch. And then I just like as I'm pulling
Yeah.
the thing down, right? But
Yeah.
do I actually believe that I'm like super super weak? Not really, right?
Mhm.
But when it comes to like other things like my ability to organize, ability to prioritize and things like that, like those things hit a little bit deeper. And when
Yeah.
that inner voice tells me like, why are you like this? Right?
Yeah.
It does tend to like seep into the self belief and the self
Yeah.
kind of I guess self image of like
Yeah.
who that really is, right?
Yeah.
It's I think it's important to filter that lah, right? It's not always helpful, I would say.
Yeah. I think the thing is like it's so automatic already that you have to be so conscious about like when that voice comes out. You have to discern it and be like, yeah, I'm showing a weak bitch ass behavior right now, but I'm not a weak ass bitch, right?
Yeah.
But it's that instead of like faltering to that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's also a question of like even if you say even if you agree with the voice, how is that helpful? Like what's that gonna do for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like okay, cool, and then
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's not
but-
easy. I mean, for those that
it's very
have
hard.
succumbed to their voice all the time, it's not easy. But that's a good perspective to take. Like why would you believe the voice?
Yeah.
Like what does it? How does it help you to be a better person? It doesn't. Yeah.
Man, I think recently just going to therapy and things like that as well, right? Like just
Yeah.
being mentally aware is so exhausting.
It
It's
is.
so tiring.
It is. I think the work. I think what's tiring is like there's so much work to put into because
Yeah.
we haven't been self-aware for the past how many years that we live, right? But I think for the long run, it will be super liberating later down the road because then we
Hopefully,
have
yeah.
solved we have like fixed our problems, right? Or like we have fixed ourselves to be a better person. But it's just now that we are going through the trenches where it's like it's the hardest, it's the shittiest feeling.
Yeah, and I think something that people always like think about mental like I guess mental awareness kind of a thing, right? Is that just because you know that you are angry and you catch yourself, or you know that you're sad and you catch yourself, it does. It's I think it's also like it doesn't stop there. Like just because
Yep.
you know, it's also a matter of
Exactly.
like further diving deeper into those thoughts and be like, oh, is this
Yeah.
helpful? What can I do? Or how can I respond to this a little bit better? And things like
Yep.
that, right?
And after that as well, like acting upon it, right? Like knowing how it functions, knowing like why does it do this to me, and then knowing like how can I do better, but actually acting on being better.
Yeah.
That's also very, very difficult because it's such a counterintuitive behavior, because you're
Yeah.
so used to behaving a certain way, but now you have to behave in a different way. It's hard.
It's
And I
hard.
think
It's like
that's
this.
where a lot of people struggle.
Yeah, it's this. I think for me, what's like the very, very tiring bit is like you're constantly trying to correct yourself. In
Yeah.
a way. It's not just like, oh, I know this is how I feel, but it's like I know how I feel, and this is what I'm supposed to do. And
Yeah,
you're supposed
exactly.
to do this. There's a lot of correcting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of correcting. It's just constant work,
Yeah,
and that's just
exactly.
tiring, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people also like gets very jaded with therapy maybe, or feel like therapy doesn't work for them, is because there's so much work that has to be put into it, where if you just talk about it and you're just intellectualizing it, it's just at the
It's not
surface
enough.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah, I think for me
But
the
it's
longest time, the longest time for me is just I thought intellectualizing it was mental awareness, but then I think there's like so many more levels after you like intellectualize it, right?
yeah,
I think
exactly.
I my like recently because I've been to therapy in the past as well, right? Because of the diagnosis
Yeah.
and all that. But I think only this time around, like it made a lot of sense to me why people should go to therapy, although that is something that I push people to go, right? Just go to therapy, go to therapy. But we always tell people
Yeah.
to go to therapy, but like for what, right?
Yeah.
I think recently I came up with this analogy with my therapist as well, and he thinks it's also a really cool idea. But it is basically like sparring, if I would call it that way.
Okay.
So, in,
Or?
s- in if you're learning any kind of martial arts, you always go for sparring, and sparring is basically where you practice rounds.
Fight.
Yeah, you fight with people essentially, in a safe environment.
Yeah.
So you practice whatever that you learned in a very safe environment. So therapy is a very same thing, right? You start to like, especially when it comes to like feeling emotions, which is I think a piece that not a lot of people have a lot of like I guess safe environments to be able to always feel their emotions, right?
Yeah.
So therapy is a really good place for you to feel your emotions in a very safe environment where there are like pretty much very little to no consequences whatsoever, and only
Yeah.
a lot of benefit and a lot of things to learn. And you
Yeah.
can feel you feel that you can get angry, you can be sad, and it stays within that room,
Yeah.
right? That's where you get to spar with yourself, spar with these emotions, and be like, you learn so much more about yourself because you are then able to practice rounds feeling emotions. Whereas
Yeah.
in the real world, if you do feel that emotion and you be sad or you be angry, there are like legit consequences.
The consequences. Yeah.
Like you sometimes maybe it's like, oh, you start feeling that you burden other people, or
Yeah.
like you start you're responding in a way that might hurt other people. But in
Yeah.
the therapy room, like that's what you're supposed to do.
It's
You're not
safe
gonna
zone.
hurt
Yeah.
them. It's a safe place, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think
For
that
that 1 hour, it's safe.
exactly. I think for the longest time, I never understood what it means to like, oh, to say that this is a safe space. Like,
Yeah.
a safe space to me is also a place where there are no consequences, quote unquote.
Yeah. That's a really good analogy, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I might use that. Thank
Lock and
you.
seal, steal it, use it, use it. It's
You
great.
didn't copyrighted it,
No,
so
it's
I'm
alright, just
gonna
use
use
it.
that.
Yeah, I think for me, it just
But it's a
like
very
therapy finally like makes sense,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Although it's pretty much our job.
I know. I also feel that way. Like for someone who in psychology, like love people, like in a mental health company, was in a mental health company, doing my masters in counseling, I I help people to book therapy sessions because they don't dare to,
Yeah.
and then really like a proponent of therapy.
Mm.
But sometimes like I myself feel like, you know what, I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can just push through, right?
Mm.
But you know, being in a different environment, being with a third party professional who doesn't have any benefit of doing that session with you, doesn't have any judgment, like
Mm.
can provide that safe space where you
Mm.
can be truly yourself, truly, you know, help you to see a different perspective, you know, maybe help you to fight the demons in your head by
Yeah.
giving you a different voice, right?
Yeah.
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 Helping you to develop that different voice as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
I think like and like going back to that analogy as well, like fighting your demons in your head kind of a thing. It almost created an art, like for me I imagine like an artificial like ring where like
Mm.
we are now allowed to let the demon speak
Yeah.
so that you
Correct.
can practice fighting this demon. And when in the real
Exactly.
world this demon comes up, you know how
Yeah.
to deal with it
How to
because you've
deal with
just
it.
practiced these scenarios already.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's not scary because if you're alone, the demons are very scary.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
yeah, in the therapy of course, like if it gets too, I think this is where my therapist is very good, like pulling me out of it as well. It's like it
Mm,
gets
mm.
too heavy, and then he's like, okay,
Yeah.
we can stop here, kind of a thing, and then
Oh,
he just kind of like controls it from there, right?
I'm
Which is
glad.
an interesting thing. I never really understood like the what chair work and things like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did the whole chair work thing. I felt like it's
Yeah.
honestly I felt like the dumbest shit
Step
ever.
up.
Like no, legit. It's like yeah, I have a chair right here, right? So he just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sits here and be
Yeah.
like imagine this is
You.
anger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Speak to anger. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels very awkward in the
It feels super
beginning because
awkward.
you never done it before. But
Yeah.
yeah, it works.
It feels like the dumbest
Cool.
thing
I'm
ever.
glad. I'm
But
glad. I'm glad that that really helps you. But also, I think this is a good reminder for everyone, right? Like, it is okay to also not benefit from a therapy directly,
yeah. Yeah.
because I think everyone's journey is different. Because like when
Mm.
you said, right, when you first started out therapy like many years ago because of ADHD, it was helpful to a certain
Mm.
sense, but it was just like that,
It's just there.
right?
Yeah, it stopped there.
Yeah, it's just that. And maybe you needed to do that to get where you are today.
Could be, could be. Yeah. It kind of
Yeah,
like planted the seed in a way as well, right?
correct. Yeah. I think because I think that's a reminder for me, like as a practitioner now that I'm seeing clients, is sometimes our clients might not show the improvements, might not, you know, be have that growth, you know, able to fight the demons, like from the sessions that we have.
Mm.
But you do not know that what the you do not know the therapy's effect, the therapy's
Yeah.
the session's effect towards that person down the line,
Yeah.
because the person might not be ready, the person might not be in the right headspace,
Mm.
it might not be the a good timing, a good season in life for them, and that's also okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's also okay as long as you are aware that, you know, you have given your best at that point of time.
Mm. And I think as a person who's going to therapy as well, and if like I, you know, I encourage and implore everybody to go to therapy. Like even like I mean, ideally it's not when you require
Yeah,
you really
help.
really need to and require help only you go.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like small things. Like for me, the reason I went to therapy is because I want to, you know, prepare myself to like yeah feel these emotions a little bit better. Like how do
Yeah.
I be a better boyfriend? How do I become a better partner? How do I yeah
Yep.
and so on as well, right? And yeah, being able to control my emotions and my anger and all those kind of things a little bit better.
Yeah.
But definitely like you know implore people to go there. And one thing that really helped me was honestly just sometimes I just have to trust the process kind of a thing. Like I don't know
Yeah.
where this guy is going with this whole chair work thing in the beginning, right? It's like yeah sure,
Weirdo.
yeah it's such a weird thing, right? It's like but like after 2 or 3 times, like it slowly kind of scarily like it started making sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you honestly do sometimes just have to like trust the process.
I agree. I agree. Like in every new thing, it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel awkward. It's gonna feel stupid
Yeah.
in the beginning. But you just have to trust the process. I agree.
Yeah.
Those of you who are also like debating whether you want to go for therapy or not, just go speak to someone. Like the stakes are very low.
Honestly, yeah.
Obviously, if you can't afford it,
I
like
was gonna
don't go
say.
for like very expensive ones.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of different therapy centers who have cheaper rates for like trainees, for example. I'm a trainee, so it also helps us to practice, right? To learn and help people and be able to practice all these different theories, these different modalities, and all of that. But it's a low stake for everyone. If you go in, you don't like it, you can stop going.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
least now you have made that first step to discover what therapy is for yourself.
Yeah, I think I'm like incredibly blessed because my company because I do my sessions like with my own like with the company
Yeah.
that I work with,
Yeah.
so I don't have to pay for my sessions and things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like
Yeah.
incredibly blessed to be able to do that, right? But I think
Yeah.
I completely understand that like people who don't work in our industry or in this has the same kind
Yeah.
of blessings that it is not cheap, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's definitely not cheap. So like there are resources out there for like more affordable sessions in a way.
Yep.
Like yeah, like you said, like trainees or some places just like NGOs that do provide this kind of
Yep.
services, right? And just a
Exactly.
space for you to talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what we can do is we can when we release this episode, we can put some of the different centers or resources where they can get at like a cheaper rate. Just try out.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. If not, just DM us and
Oh
we'll
yeah, and just drop us a DM on
we can,
Instagram or
we
whatever.
can refer you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. You're still quite plugged into the industry. You are definitely plugged into the industry. You are the industry at this point.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah, I am quite far away already, but I still have connections here and there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that
Cool.
wraps up today. I think it's a good
We
place
didn't
to
even
end it
get to
off.
talk about what we are supposed to talk
Yeah,
about,
we did not get to talk about what we wanted to talk about. Yeah, so maybe next episode
but
we'll
that's
talk about that.
okay. That's life, man. That's life.
Sometimes it is what it is. Now we
It
have
is what
content
it
for another
is,
one.
and we just have to go with the flow.
Yeah,
That's
so
our learning for today. Like life is life. We just gotta learn to keep up with it.
always keeping up.
Always keeping up. What's I want to say like keeping up with the Kardashians. Gotta keep up with OAIC.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think with that being said, thank you all so much for listening in. Hopefully, this was entertaining for you guys. And
Yep.
until the next episode where we actually get to talk about what we wanted to talk about.
Yes.
So stay
Thank you
tuned.
very much, guys. Have a lovely, lovely day ahead, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Take care. Bye. Yeah.